as they beat the O's in Baltimore 4-1. At the moment, the Orioles are in 4th place in the AL East. They're 15 games back. The Red Sox are atop the division, 4 games up. The Tampa Bay Rays totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Yankees 3-2. As of today, the Rays sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're 15.5 games out of first. The Yankees are 3rd in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. Marco Estrada was untouchable on the mound, crafting an amazing no-hit performance, helping lead the Blue Jays over the Mariners 5-0. Right now, the Mariners are in 1st place in the AL West, a sizable 7 games ahead of second. The Blue Jays are in 2nd place in the AL East. They trail first by 4 games. The Kansas City Royals combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 3-2. Looking at the standings, the Indians are leading the Central Division. They are enjoying a comfortable 6.5 game cushion. The Royals are 2nd in the division, 6.5 games back. The Twins combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the visiting Tigers 5-0. Heading into today, the Twins sit in 3rd place in the American League Central. They're 15.5 games out of first. The Tigers are at the bottom of the division, 19 games out of first. The Oakland Athletics sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the home victory against the Astros 6-4. At the moment, the A's are in 3rd place in the AL West, 8 games out of first. The Astros are 3rd in the division, 8 games out of first. Derek Holland got the win, number 7 thus far, as the Rangers pulled away from the Angels 3-2. Right now, the Rangers sit in last place in the American League West Division, 9.5 games behind first. The Angels are 2nd in the division. They're 7 games back. The Washington Nationals got 11 overall hits as they took down the Fish in Miami 7-1. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. As of today, the Marlins are in 3rd place in the NL East, 17 games out of first. The Nationals are atop the division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd place. The New York Mets allowed only 5 hits as they took down the visiting Braves 4-2. Looking at the standings, the Mets are in 2nd place in the NL East, 12 games behind 1st place. The Braves are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Chicago White Sox total 11 hits as they took the win in extra innings over the Phillies 5-4. At the moment, the Phillies are in 4th place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first. The White Sox are in 4th place in the AL Central. They're 17.5 games out of first. Jason Hayward had a home run and 3 RBIs as the Cubs got past the Reds 7-5. He is currently among the NL leaders in batting average. Right now, the Cubs sit in 1st place in the National League's Central Division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd. The Reds are 4th in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Kyle Lobstein was victorious for the 5th time this season, helping Pittsburgh get one against the Brewers 4-1. As of today, the Brewers sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Pirates are 3rd in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Colorado Rockies hit 3 long balls as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 3-1. Heading into today, the Rockies sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, 13 games out. The Cardinals sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, 13 games out. The Dodgers pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they defeated the visiting Giants 2-0. At the moment, the Dodgers are leading the National League West. They hold a comfortable 5-game advantage. The Giants are 2nd in the division, 5 games back. The Arizona Diamondbacks had 12 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 6-4. Looking at the standings, the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Diamondbacks are 4th in the division, 17 games out of first. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Wednesday night baseball from Tropicana Field here in St. Pete. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Chris Archer gets the ball for the Rays in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, Matty, in his last start, he had a ton of strikeouts. He'll be looking to duplicate that effort here.
Stepping in is the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury, and we are ready for baseball from Tropicana Field.
Number 22.
And a swing and a miss, so a first pitch strike as we're underway here this evening. And Eric, as we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight, they're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
And it hasn't been the best year for them, but at least they're finishing strong. That says a lot for their manager and the type of team that I think these guys can become.
Oh, good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, and the leadoff man is gone to start the evening. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Brett Gardner will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Carl Dixon.
Well, Matt, I think Dixon has sometimes been thought of as a hitter's umpire. The book on him is that he can be a little bit tight on the edges of the strike zone. We'll see if that's the case.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Hot shot on the ground is short. Miller's got it. Throw gets him 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, this is one of the better defenses in all of the league. Very few clubs commit fewer errors than this one. I expect them to be sound in this game.
Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, and I think that's a pitch we're going to see a lot of tonight. It's much different than that four-seam fastball, and he gets a lot of run on that thing.
Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, with the bases empty, that's the right spot for that 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider.
And we're just underway from Tropicana Field. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Yankees nothing. Tampa Bay coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year. He's been very dependable, thrown deep into a lot of ball games. He's looking to do the same in this one.
Desmond Jennings comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Left fielder, Desmond Jennings.
And that's in there for strike one. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
And that last loss was one of those games that you hate to lose. It really could have gone either way, but for our sake, I hope we get another.
Swing and a liner. Foul. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. And with that, a look at the Rays lineup card in this one. Who's the one to watch, EK?
Well, definitely watch out for Corey Dickerson. He's been a menace to opposing pitchers lately. He's hit 4 home runs in the last 10 ball games. He's shown that he's a serious power threat, so they better be careful not to leave any mistakes out over the plate.
Mikey Munzer comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
Hit hard back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Oh, and that's a good sign right there. They're really hoping to get him going out of that 2 spot. And he comes through big time right here with a first inning single.
Corey Dickerson will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. There's a first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball 1.
He wanted to go after that one, but that's a good eye to just watch it all the way in.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Gloved by Castro. On to Teixeira, and it's in time for the double play. The side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're off to the second, scoreless on the show. The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Archer gets the sign. First pitch on its way. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. Now the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. After it is Jennings, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Batting fifth.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly, and that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Nobody out, runner on first. And he falls behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Rounding third to Shera, and a relay home. Conger's tag will not be in time. He's safe at the plate.
Well, that's what he's done well all season. That's swing the bat with runners in scoring position. He drives in another one here on the RBI double.
Greg Bird will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. Make it 21 doubles now on the year. The 1-0 delivery. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that first fastball took off on him a little bit. This is a much better spot.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Chopped at the plate. That rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
I love this pitch right here. Just a fastball, and he runs it right by him.
Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball one. He'll come in here at 263. 15 long balls to go along with 52 RBIs. Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. And the slider bounces, and that'll get on by. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
And as a base runner, you have to get that good, aggressive secondary lead. So he knows this is a guy that likes to throw a lot of back foot sliders. So when he sees the ball in the dirt, he's ready to go.
Two and 0 count, and the pitch. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Over at the knees, and that's the second strike. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2. Will Venable, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. 1 out and a runner on third. Now a swing and a ball foul tipped straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out. And you see it right there on your screen. Strikeout number 200 for him on the year, as he has been very difficult to solve this season. Will Venable will stand in now as we check out how he did in August versus how he's finishing off the season down the stretch here in September. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Oh, straightened him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now.
You can hit the low fastball, but you're not going to hit that one up there. You can just forget about it. You've got to make him bring that thing down.
The 1-2 pitch. Down the third baseline. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 2-0 ball game. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Didi Gregorius steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
And he'll start him with a high strike here on the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
0-1 count. Here it comes. Grounded down the third baseline. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Yankees 2, the Rays 0. Steve Pearce will get his first opportunity here. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night.
Well, yesterday he just didn't look like himself, but he's been good lately. He's had 7 RBIs over his last 10 games.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. And they take him out of the zone here, and he obliges. Not the greatest of swings there for the first out. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, having Brian McCann behind the plate is something every pitching staff would appreciate. Great at pitch framing, blocking skills are as good as any. He saves runs by giving up his body, and he gets his pitchers a lot of strikes by being fluid back there with the glove.
Evan Longoria will stand in, and you see what he's done over the past 4 games, as hot as they come. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Off the plate and low here, ball 1. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. On the ground and right at the shifted infielder. Oh, and he loses it on the exchange from glove to hand, and he won't have a play.
Oh, you better have to pay attention to this guy right now. He is heating it up. 7 straight games now with that hit.
And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
And right about now, you got to know as a hitter that you're going to see a heavy dose of that splitter. That's a good take up there to get ahead.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. Off the corner with the splitter, it's 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Runners on first with 1 down. Swing and a liner.
Not unrelated either. When you're going good at the plate, usually means you're being selective and you're not getting yourself out. And when that happens, you'll find yourself in these kind of counts.
And, might have thought it was high, but it's a strike. 3-2 now.
Well, might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. And make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
He thought he had him right there. You can see him looking to home plate asking, where was that? High? You got to be kidding me.
Brad Miller will stand in, and he's been a tough out these past couple of weeks, as you see the average there over the course of the last 9 ball games. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Oh, that's a good fastball right there. And you had to figure that he was looking for that sinker.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
Well, you talk about a big time to come up with a strikeout. Now, you still got one more guy to get through here in the inning, but now with 2 outs, you can take a step back, take a deep breath, and know that those runners have to stay put at first and second.
Hank Conger gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. High and deep to straightaway right. Ranging back is Venable, still going back. And this one is gone, a home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. Home run number 5 on the year. And that pushes the Rays out on top here, 3-2.
And this is where these guys can be so dangerous. They've got power all throughout the lineup. When the number 8 hitter's taking you deep, you know there's no easy outs.
Standing in now, Nick Franklin.
Second baseman, Nick Franklin.
Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. He'll check in with an average still south of 230. No home runs as of yet, and with just the lone RBI. Off the plate and in, hits a ball and a strike.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Strike 3, and that'll put an end to a big inning. One more look at the big blow for the Rays. A 3-run home run. We've played 2. It's now 3-2 Tampa. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
That's yanked into the stands, strike 1.
Well, I think most fans would remember Jacoby Ellsbury's amazing 2011 season. That year he won a Gold Glove, a Silver Slugger, and was runner-up for the AL MVP award just behind Justin Verlander. That was a pretty big year.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Archer looks in. Here's the 1-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Well, this is kind of a tough trade-off here in that leadoff spot. For the most part, he's been a pretty productive hitter at the top of the lineup, but those strikeouts just keep mounting up. And I don't care if you have leadoff type speed. If you're not putting the ball in play, you're not getting on base.
Here's Brett Gardner now. As he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. The windup and the 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the first baseline. Pierce is there, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
The third baseman, number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
Boy, that's just pretty standard operating procedure right here. You get him leaning out over the plate on that slider running away, and then you bust him inside hard on that fastball on the inside corner.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Still a 3-2 ball game. Matt Vasgersian, Eric Karros, Steve Lyons as Desmond Jennings settles in to kick things off for Tampa Bay.
Desmond Jennings.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And you kind of wonder if he's learned anything out there. There's another pitch right down the middle. I think he's lucky that that one didn't get hit a long way.
A swinging bunt to the mound. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
The center fielder, number 27, Mikey Matuk.
Mikey Matuk is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Gregorius is there. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 10, Corey Dickerson.
Corey Dickerson will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Castro's got it. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. 3 innings complete. The Rays are in front, 3-2. Mark Teixeira will start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Archer's ready. Here's the first pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball one. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. High and deep to right center field. Mata looking up. Gone! So a solo shot off the bat of Mark Teixeira. Number 26 for him on the season, and with it, the Yankees have tied this one at 3.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, well, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann.
Brian McCann.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. Three runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. 2-0.
And after that double in his first at-bat, you can tell they're approaching him with a bit more caution here. As well they should.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
And that is swung on and missed as McCann is retired for the first out.
Well, after you've just given up a home run to tie the ball game, you can't afford to have a letdown out there. They made sure he didn't. He came back with an important strikeout, and he got the next guy.
Stepping in now, Greg Bird. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
These have both been easy takes so far. Neither one of these pitches really approaching the strike zone.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. High and away, not close. 3-0.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And that misses for ball four.
The batter, number 14, second baseman
Starlin Castro steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Out in front of it, strike one. 3-3 our score with a man on at first and 1 away. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
And this is what he needs out there right now. He has to find some confidence in those secondary pitches, and that's a good changeup there.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line drive to center field. In there, a base hit.
Up next for the Yankees, right fielder.
So two men are on with one man out, and standing in now the left-handed hitting Will Venable. That's lifted the other way out to left. Jennings will drift over to his right a few steps as he takes it for the second out.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Didi Gregorius gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
In the air now out to right field. Dickerson has it in his tracks, and that's the third out. Yankees get a run, and it comes off the bat of Mark Teixeira. Bottom of the fourth coming up. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Steve Pearce will start things out here for the Rays, to be followed on deck by Evan Longoria.
Number 28.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, and in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And a swing and a miss there by Longoria as he can't connect, and that's a big second out now. So with 2 gone here in the fourth, let's check out our pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. And these 2 guys have both displayed their power arms so far, with top speeds at 94 and 97 respectively. Logan Morrison Stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now the 0-1. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Bases are empty here with two men out. Tap foul at home plate. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. 4 innings in the books, tied 3-3. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Archer steps into his windup. Here it is on 0-1. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. Throw is up the line as it gets away.
And sometimes you can just have a little bit of a mental block on this play. It's just a simple step and throw, but he winds up firing it right by his man at first.
Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Here's Brett Gardner now. There goes the runner. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw might have been in time, but it's high, and it allows his man to dive in safely.
Boy, I'm not too sure if a good throw would have had him here or not. But you can see he doesn't get on top of his throw down, and it sails on him just a little bit. That's going to allow the runner to dive in safely with a stolen base.
Swing and a liner, but this will be a foul ball. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Line drive to left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is called in for the first out. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
You know, this is an easy ball to misjudge, especially off a left-hander's bat because of the spin. But he stays right with this play, and he makes it look pretty routine.
Runner in scoring position at second with 1 away. And set to stand in the still very imposing figure of the 3-time MVP, Alex Rodriguez. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hard hit ball to second. Franklin comes up with it. Over to the first baseman, Pierce, and there are 2 gone now.
Well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base. But with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
Into the box now, Mark Teixeira. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
Swing and a little tapper. Throw on to first, and that error won't come back to haunt him after all as the inning is over. 1 left for the Yankees. Halfway home, tied at 3. Brad Miller will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
First offering on its way. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Rodriguez is there, and it takes just 1 pitch to retire the leadoff man in the home half of the 5th.
Yeah, doesn't look like much has changed here to start this inning either. That's 8 in a row now he's set down.
Hank Conger steps in with another shot to do some damage after hitting a 3-run bomb in his first plate appearance.
I can't imagine they're going to give him anything to hit this time around.
And he starts to go after. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
Now, after the home run last time, you can see a more cautious approach this at-bat. They don't want to get burned again.
Three and 0 now.
And this is just a guy that's going to be happy to take a walk, so I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't challenged him a little bit more from the mound.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
1 out, nobody on. And that's in there on the hands. 3-2 now. Hit hard toward first. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Not a bad guy to have hitting in your 8 spot. That guy's no slouch up there. He comes through with a solid single here.
Nick Franklin comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometime.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Squared that one up just a little late. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And there to take it is A-Rod for out number 2.
Left fielder number 8, Desmond Jennings.
Desmond Jennings will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. He's set. Here it comes. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball. 1-0. In there, and it's even at 1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1 and 2. Runner on first, 2 away, all tied at 3 apiece. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
And he's tracking that all the way across the plate, but that had too much sweep to it for him to think of swinging.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. After it is Ellsbury. And that retires the side. 1 left for Tampa. 5 innings complete, all tied 3-3. Brian McCann will start things out for the Yankees here in their half of the 6th.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with 1 swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
Right there for strike 1.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the 2nd inning.
And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
And, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Well, in a tie game, that leadoff hitter, he knows he has to get on. Probably didn't quite have this in mind, but I have a feeling he'll take it.
Greg Bird stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0. Changeup stays outside, and he's behind 2-0. You'd have to think a walk here would hasten his exit from the ball game.
Yeah, he can't let that happen. In a close game like this, you've got to make him put it in play.
Three and 0 now.
You definitely don't want to go hit by pitch, walk to start this inning. So you got to bear down right here. Really lock in on that catcher.
Archer comes set. 3-0 on its way. And no doubt about this one, it's in there. 3-1.
Yeah, no mistake about that one. That one's right there.
Here's the 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full 3-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Runner aboard at first with nobody out in a 3-3 tie. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Wow, quite a turn of events here. He goes from in the driver's seat 3-0 to falling victim to the strikeout. And in hindsight, you go back to that 3-0 pitch, and I got to believe he wishes he was swinging.
Here's Starlin Castro, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. But he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
Here's the 0-1. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. To short, hit hard, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
Now the Rays manager is going to take that slow walk out toward the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll leave with a couple of runners aboard that are his responsibility, meaning he'd be happy to get out of here with a no decision. Ryan Webb will come on and try to get out of this mess here as there are 2 on with only 1 away.
Ryan Webb.
Here's Will Venable now. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. A little bouncer. Foul ball, however, strike 1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Fastball here.
I think it has to be. You're licking your chops if you're the hitter. 3-1. You can't walk the bases loaded. Bail and wail.
Three and one. Here it is. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. He's set. Here's the 3-2. High in the air out to center field. Mata on the move. 2 down. And a wide throw as this one gets by him at the bag.
A little bit of a risk there with 2 away. You don't want to run yourself into a double play to end the inning, but he's able to make it up there, and that puts runners on the corners now with 2 outs.
Didi Gregorius strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
1-0. And this is low, ball 1. Nope. 1-0 pitch is right there, but ruled a ball. 2-0.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
On the ground to the left side. Oh, look at Longo. And from his knees, he got him. Boy, all arm there as this side is retired. Yanks strand a pair. On to the bottom of inning number 6, tied 3 apiece. Mikey Matuk will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play. Sometimes that's half the battle.
Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off. The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
Grounded back up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
And he tries to run this splitter in there about thigh high, but he does a good job of generating that bat through the zone quickly, and the result, a solid single.
Striding into the box, Corey Dickerson. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And it's quickly 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And McCann can't get a glove on that one. It's by him to the backstop. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position.
Well, here's another look at this on Show Track. And actually, this pitch might not even show up on the graphic. That's how far away from the plate it was. And this will let that base runner take a nice little stroll up to second base.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. No one out with a runner at second. And another foul ball. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And this is swung on and missed. And boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
Yeah, you know, sometimes as a hitter, when you get into that cycle of fouling off pitch after pitch and trying to put that out on the mound, so he just keeps going farther and farther away from the strike zone until he finally gets a swing and miss.
Here's Steve Pearce now as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1.
And in this spot, you got to pitch for the strikeout here. And this is a guy that's gone down twice so far, so you do have that in your favor.
And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1 out and a runner on second base. And that's in there. Base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Yeah, he got a little revenge there. He struck out twice before that, and now he gets him back with a solid base hit.
So we've got runners at the corners here, one away, and standing in here is the very dangerous third baseman, Evan Longoria. First pitch coming, here it is. And this one gets away. That could be a run. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, this is going to be a passed ball, and it comes at a pretty inopportune time as that runner scores from third base to give them the lead.
Both teams with 6 hits so far. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
2-1 pitch is a splitter swung on and missed. 2-2. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
Oh, and that's a good pitch right there. That's just a hard-breaking slider down and away. And you get the hitter to be enticed by that pitch when it's about halfway there. That was looking like it was going to be a fastball on the outer half. Then it just flat disappears on you, and you're left wondering, what happened?
Logan Morrison will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Not close. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here. Looks like he's going to use it.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Throw on to Teixeira to take care of him, and that ends the inning. Rays will settle for just the 1. 7th inning coming up. The Rays 4 and the Yankees 3. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. We're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in to lead things off as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. In there, strike 1.
Yeah, and even though that's a tough one to get on top of, I think he'd say he got away with one right there. That's in too good a location when the matchup's not in your favor.
Hits this one hard the other way. Franklin is there. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Fielder number 11, Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. And this will be taken in without much trouble. It's an easy start to the seventh. 2 gone.
The third baseman, number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. On a great pitch there, caught him reaching. It's 1-1. Credit where credit's due. This guy's done a good job out of the bullpen.
No question. He's been able to hold that lead, and these guys really haven't threatened him at all.
Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. A solo home run here for Alex Rodriguez. Number 715, moving him past Babe Ruth, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece.
I think sometimes as a pitcher, as soon as you release the pitch, you have a feeling that you could be in trouble. And that was big trouble right there. Big home run that ties this game up.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira now. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Line toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Well, nothing makes you feel worse as a relief pitcher than blowing a game for your starter. Now, you got to set that to the side right now and do what you can to get out of this inning with the game still tied.
Brian McCann steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here comes the first pitch. Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat, 1-0. Two out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Right side, hit hard. Scooped up onto first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. 1 in the inning for the Yankees, and it comes courtesy of Alex Rodriguez. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. All even now at 4 apiece. Chasen Shreve will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Chasen Shreve.
Brad Miller will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far.
The shortstop, Brad Miller.
And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
You see this ball start slicing away from him toward the end here, but he winds up staying right with it and running it down.
Hank Conger will stand in as we'll flash you back to the second inning as you get a look at this key 3-run home run. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch on 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and make him bring something down.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
I really couldn't ask for much more out of a 7th inning guy. Come in, throwing a bunch of strikes, and he's got 2 quick outs to show for it here with the score still tied.
Nick Franklin will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips.
Well, not a great start at the plate. We'll see if he can get something to drive right here.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. That evens it up, 1-1. 1-1, here it is. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
And guys, this has been just what the doctor ordered out of the bullpen.
Yeah, they needed him to come in and give him a strong inning, and he's done exactly that.
And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner, 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. Still all square at 4 apiece. Xavier Cedeno will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Xavier Cedeno.
Greg Bird will stand in, and it's a bullpen game now. Both starters out as we begin inning number 8.
Yeah, both starters are out, and since we're tied, both starters not going to be involved in the decision.
On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he misses again, 2-0.
Well, you got the matchup you wanted, but that's not going to amount to much if you can't throw strikes.
And wow, that looked to be well inside, but it's a called strike. 2-1 now.
Well, he's been in a tough stretch offensively, and this sure ain't going to help.
To 2-2 now. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the third strikeout of the game. Tie ball game. 4-4 the score as we give you a look there at the starter comparison to see how the numbers match up for the two starting pitchers. Starlin Castro ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that third hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0. We're in the 8th inning now of a 4-4 ball game. And here's a ball hit in the air. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out.
Now batting, right fielder, Will Venable.
Well, this ball's sinking quickly, and he just doesn't want to go for that shoestring catch. This is a nice job to tuck himself into a slide and put it away.
Chase Headley will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Headley.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Two out, nobody on. Missed with the curveball there, and he falls behind it 2-1. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. Cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. And the count will be full. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Now batting, shortstop,
Didi Gregorius will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top, and just fire that thing in there.
Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And with 2 away here, this is not the time to lose the strike zone.
Especially not to a number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is turn this lineup over and give these guys a shot to make something out of this inning after all.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And he misses with it, ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now.
Oh, and you know he wanted that one. Now the inning will continue, and the guy moves up into scoring position here.
Jacoby Ellsbury steps in for a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th.
Yeah, this is a huge moment in this ballgame, Matt. I mean, you might be looking at this at-bat when it's all over as one of the turning points in this game.
And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter, facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Man, a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Moving under it, Dickerson. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So they let him off the hook here by scoring no runs despite the 2 walks. Home half of the 8th straight ahead, and we are tied 4-4. Aaron Hicks is into the game as a defensive replacement now as he takes over in right.
Right field, number 31, Aaron Hicks.
Desmond Jennings will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. This man out for a second inning of work, and why not? He set him down 1-2-3 the last time around.
Right, and with 2 strikeouts mixed in there as well. Just let him keep going.
And look out as this one catches him, and a big mistake there as now the go-ahead run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Yeah, no way for him to be able to get out of the way of that one. And seeing as though he's the go-ahead run, probably wouldn't have tried too hard anyway.
Mikey Matuk comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base.
Yeah, and in this situation, you've got to move that runner to second any way you can. So we're going to see how they decide to play it right here.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Just missing here, 2-0.
And you wonder if he's feeling just a little bit distracted having that base stealer over there at first base. Sometimes just the threat of a steal can really mess with your head out there.
Two and 0 count. Here it comes. Swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Gardner is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
And you'll see where this pitch is. It's up, but it's up far enough that he can't quite get on top of it. And he winds up lifting a lazy fly ball.
Corey Dickerson ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Yeah, a little surprising he didn't offer it that one. That was a dangerous spot for a good fastball hitter.
Oh, and they've got him picked off. Ball's there, and he is out at second base. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
Boy, that's another pitch right down the middle, though. So he's gotten away with it so far, but I think he's given him a little bit too much to hit here.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Hard liner toward short, and that'll just elude his outstretched glove for a base hit. Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
You kind of wonder why guys would pitch to him in this situation. You know someone wants to end this streak, but he just finds a way to get another hit.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Here's Steve Pearce now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Two out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Two now as that one's fouled off. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. This is line to left, and 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Rays strand just the 1. Score remains tied at 4. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from inside the Trop as you get a nice look outdoors at some of the activity in nearby Tampa. Brendan Geyer will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Number 5, Brandon.
Brad Boxberger comes on now trying to keep this ball game tied.
Brad Boxberger.
Brett Gardner struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0-for-4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go 0-for, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
And, you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Too high. 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, you're always gunning for a strikeout when he's at the plate because his legs make him so dangerous, even when he hits just a slow grounder. So nice job of keeping him off base right there.
In now, Alex Rodriguez, as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
Yeah, a couple of close pitches there on the inside part of the plate. I don't think he could have done much with either one of those.
The 2-1 on its way. 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Well, that pitch has a lot of life up.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. And that misses, so the count goes full to A-Rod now, 3-2. On deck, the switch hitter, Mark Teixeira. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. And he lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira stands in now with one down and a runner at first. That would be the go-ahead run if they can find a way to get him all the way around. Double play is in order, however.
Yeah, he has definitely got to look for something up in the strike zone and drive the ball to the outfield. Now, there's nothing more deflating than a game-ending double play.
And that misses inside, 1-0. And now the wheels spin in that first base dugout.
Oh, that man right there has got to be sweating bullets. Hard to say I blame him at all.
That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Off-speed pitch, and there is strike 3 called. And boy, that zone just got a bit larger, 2 away.
That strike zone has opened up a little bit here in the late going. That's a tough pill to swallow in a spot like this, but nothing you can do about it now.
Brian McCann strides to the plate with 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run over at first base.
Yeah, and the key here is don't try to do too much. At least move the line and get it to the next guy. It's not really easy to score a guy from first all in one swing.
In tied at 93, ball 1. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And that's taken up and in for ball 2.
Whoa, that one definitely took off on him right there. He's lucky that thing didn't go all the way to the backstop.
hit hard up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
A good job here. Stays inside the ball well, doesn't roll over, and just shoots this ball right back up the middle.
Into the box now, Greg Bird. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one.
Well, he just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
2 down, runners at first and second. Ball 2 now. Does he dare go fastball here 2-0?
I think he's got to.
Here he comes on 2-0. Boy, nothing working for him at this point. It's 3-0. The alarm bells are ringing now.
They're getting louder and louder, too.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Smoke the other way. High and deep to left. Jennings going back. And as Yankees fans hear on television quite frequently, see ya! So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. Number 18 for him on the campaign. And it's now 7-4.
Oh, and you know what? I think he's going to kick himself out there in left field when he watches the tape replay and realizes just how close he came to robbing this home run. I don't think he quite got the timing down right, because if he had, I think he makes this play. Instead, this is going to sneak over the wall for a home run.
Matt Andrees will take over with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9.
Matt Andrees.
Starlin Castro will stand in now following the home run. And you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
And action now in the Tampa Bay pen, as it looks like a right-hander's begun to get loose. And a high strike there, 0-1. Well, the Yankees, with their 3 home runs now, still have a ways to go to match their record for a single game. Twice in their history, they've hit 8 of them, most recently in 2007. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Lands in for a base hit, and he's 3 for 5 in this one.
And you're going to see the location of this pitch on Show Track. It's actually in a great spot, a couple inches off that inside corner. Normally, you'd think all a guy could do is chop that and foul it, but he gets those hands through very quickly, and he just yanks it.
Into the box, Aaron Hicks. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. 3 runs already home here. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Boy, and this is why you're trying to get yourself into good hitters' counts. This is just right down the middle on 2-0, and swinging at this should be your reward, but he decides to let it go.
Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1. And, oh, he thought he'd work the walk, but it's a called strike 2 now. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Struck him out, but the damage was done as the inning is over. Another look at the big blow for the Bombers. A 3-run home run. Last chance for the Rays coming up. It's the Yankees 7, the Rays 4. Vinny Pistano will come on now trying to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth.
61, Vinny Pistano.
Leading off the inning, Evan Longoria, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. And they'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game.
You know, it seems like every time we check these out and show motion, it always looks like the bat breaks the plane. Look here, sure enough, I don't think he holds up in time. Looked to me like that was the right call.
Stepping in now, Logan Morrison. Taken high and deep to right. Hicks going back. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
Everything's going according to plan here in the bottom of the ninth. He's just an out away from wrapping this one up.
Brad Miller makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
And he takes ball 1. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first, and the Yankees have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Mark Teixeira. Talk about a worthy recipient. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top, 7-4. Good night from Tampa.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious Yankees, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Rays, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Again, we remind you for your next trip to Tropicana Field that all vehicles with 4 or more passengers receive free parking all season long. Also, a reminder that extra PSTA buses for routes 18, 32, and 74 can be picked up outside the stadium.